All right, hey everybody, welcome to Modern SCG IQ Invitational Qualifier at GameSwap Mason, brought to you by Top Deck Productions. This is the first round of the top 8. We had 58 players come out today. As always, I'm Mark Ganthinger here with my co-host Mario Krabari.
Hello, everyone.
And we've got Tron versus Green-White Company.
Yeah, you're going.
Not exactly sure what variant of Tron. I think it might be green-black.
Yeah, I think it's green-black Tron. No, all right, so Evan's gonna crack his sphere for a green. Use ancient stirrings.
Yeah, we saw a Blooming March there, right? So looks like green-black.
Yeah. He's got another Tron piece in hand and a Karn. I don't think he's found the third Tron piece yet, but he may have it in this stirrings pile.
And this matchup seems tough for company, right? I mean, for one, Tron has ways to win through infinite life. The damage is kind of a problem for him if they have a walking ballista. But this is actually Green-White Company, not counters. Well, maybe it is counters.
It might not have the kitchen. I mean, I just saw him draw Vizier. So
yeah, okay. Yeah, he's got Vizier, and he's also got Overgrown Tomb.
Playing
so
that now.
Probably got Viserys here.
So the jig is up. He is on the Vizier combo. So I do not think Evan has the third Tron piece just yet. He could crack this star. That's what he's gonna do. He finds a Fatal Push.
Okay, well, Fatal Push isn't bad.
He did float green off
made
the
green
star,
instead
right?
of black, so.
Yeah, but that. Yeah, there's another mine. There's the third power plant. So Tron has been assembled. We'll see what he can do with this 5 mana. Oh. Okay.
So I think that's fine because he can't. Yeah, that's fine. I think that's a good play to play out the Llanowar Waste instead of the Tron land. He just needs to get rid of that that card. Okay, I would go ahead and activate. You go ahead and activate the relic now because if your opponent plays a fetch land, I guess you can respond to the fetch.
Sure.
But I don't know. I think you would just want to ensure that you take Vizier out.
Yeah.
Why not?
It's more important than a land. So Mark's hand is Coco, Vizier,
so
land, and Cord.
Forgot to activate relic.
Yeah.
He definitely wanted to activate relic there. I think he just forgot. Maybe he thought his artifact had summoning sickness. I know these players are nervous. Obviously, the first round of the top 8, they've been playing Magic all day. Had 6 rounds today in the Swiss. But yeah, definitely want to activate your relic there to clean that Vizier out.
So here's Karn. That is probably the game.
Yeah, this could be tough.
Although he opted to exile a card, or he opted to exile something. I think the birds. It looks like Mark has a collector company here in response. So actually, Karn could go down here depending on how much power Mark gets off this collector company.
Yeah, sure.
Alternatively, he could cord, and actually, if he cords for no, he doesn't have enough mana to cord for a devoted druid, right?
No.
He needs one more. Yeah. I was gonna say he could cord for devoted druid because he does have another Vizier in hand, but that is not gonna be the case here. Yeah, it looks like collector company. I guess if he finds devoted druid, he can combo off.
So Ronas, Eternal Witness. I wonder if you just Eternal Witness here for. If you have another land in here, you could just Eternal Witness for company.
Yeah. Yeah, that could be good. He could take the Duskwatch Recruiter. That's a little weird, it seems, but I think next turn he'll be able to cord then for the Devoted Druid, and since he has the third Vizier in hand, you can combo off that way. He is getting Eternal Witness, and he's going to get Ronas. Okay. Alright, I guess you don't need the Duskwatch Recruiter if you already have Ronas to combo. Karn was hitting the black mana there. But this will allow Karn to be destroyed by Mark's creatures unless Evan has another Fatal Push, which it does not look to seem to be the case.
Yeah, of course, Evan's hand is pretty good here. He's sitting on a No Stone as well, which of course he can play and crack all in one turn because that's 8 mana,
right?
And he's got 8 available to him right now.
So interestingly, if Mark wants to kill Karn here, he does have to tap out of Collected Company since he needs to be able to pump a creature to attack with Ronas. And that's going to be, well, it'll be pretty bad. Ronas actually does survive the Oath Stone, which is interesting. It's indestructible. Or, yeah, it would. So it looks like we're going for the pump. Yeah.
So we have not seen Evan activate his relic once yet.
Yeah, I kind of wondered why he's played it. Maybe he's trying to. Well, no.
No, there's
maybe. Yeah, there's no reason.
There's no reason. There's no reason.
Because I was thinking like maybe he wants to save to explode it to get a kitchen fix or something, but you can obviously always do that.
Yeah. So yeah, there's not a single conceivable reason not to be activating Relic. It's free. You know, if you activate Relic, because the exile of the full graveyard's still an option. It's not a tap ability. It doesn't cost you anything. The only way that activating Relic can cost you is if you time it improperly and your opponent has something like an Ajani Vengeance to tap it down. But if you do it at the end of your opponent's turn, you literally lose nothing.
So Evan played his own stone, and then he cracked an expedition map here to go find another tower, which gives him enough mana to blow up the O-stone whenever he wants. So Mark's gonna tap. If he finds a fourth land, that would be very good in Mark's hand. I think he has 2 collected companies in hand at this point. He does have the 4th land. Okay, so that's good.
Yeah, I see you play the E-Witness, right?
Oh, do you want to play more things into Oblivion Stone?
No, but you can get.
I guess you're not doing much else.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, given that you don't care. I mean, you don't care about losing E-Witness. Oh, I guess if he waits for O-Stone. Well, O-Stone can't even kill Ronas though.
Right.
So
So I guess this deck doesn't actually have any 4-power creatures it can attack with. It needs Ronas to pump one of them.
Yeah, I wonder if you're best off just using E-Witness to get a land and developing your mana base enough so where you can drop enough guys in one turn and force Evan to have an Ugin.
Ugin, yeah.
Ugin.
Okay.
Ugin. Mario is not happy. I've heard Ugin, but I'm sure Ugin is correct.
All right, yeah, pump. This is gonna. That's actually that he's gotta do it before attacks, so that way Ronas is unable to attack. Alright, so down goes Ewitten Birds. Down goes Relic.
Yeah, down goes the Relic. That's honestly that's some pretty poor play by Evan here. Not poor, but just not very tight play. I mean,
sure.
You could have exiled what? I mean, 6 cards by now, 5 cards.
Yeah, but why? Who needs that when you can just exile all his cards with Ulamog?
Sure.
It doesn't matter how you play.
You're right. Yeah, Ulamog, just get there.
Boom.
Easy money. Yeah, and that exile trigger on cast from Ulamog will be able to kill a Ronas. And of course, Mark's deck can't really win without the Ronas. He can only gain infinite life, which, as we described,
wait, what?
Evan can win through.
We hit Temple Garden Vizier.
We didn't take the Ronas?
No.
Interesting. Interesting.
That is
maybe
strange.
maybe Mark, or maybe Evan doesn't quite know what his opponent's doing.
Well, he knows he's trying to combo, so I guess that's why he got rid of his
Sure,
Vizier.
but maybe he just thinks that Ronas is like a value piece,
not
a combo piece. No, Ronas is the combo piece here, because with infinite mana, you're able to pump something ad infinitum until it tramples over your opponent to death. So you definitely want to hit the Ronas there.
So this is interesting. Mark probably wants to find a path here. He's in a Coco. I guess he could find the Banisher Priest guy, Fairgrounds Warden or whatever.
Fairgrounds Warden could be fine. Obviously, Mark is not playing blue. If he had blue, he could play Reflector Mage.
I think he just he hits Vizier and Devoted Druid off this. Does he just win?
I mean, you know, Evan still has a bunch of mana to use this turn,
but he doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't have anything. I guess. Oh, he can't block yet, but I was like, Ronas can block Ulamog actually.
Yeah. Well, this is gonna be pretty interesting if Evan.
I guess Evan can draw like exactly Fatal Push or Dismember off of the star being cracked.
Yeah.
Alright, so down goes a lot of
Wormcoil Engine, Blooming Marsh. Yeah, he's got to draw a removal spell off this.
Leaving the Ronas in play is just was a huge mistake.
Yeah, I mean, like we said, folks. Mark Parker cannot really win the game without Ronas
or Walking Ballista.
Yeah, sure. But
that requires another combo piece.
Yeah. Man, jeez.
Drew Karn. Oh my God.
Wow. So he's still gonna win. Let's see if he makes the right choice though, because I think you take the Ronas here. right? Because if you
no,
don't
I think you have to take Devoted Druid. You definitely have to take Devoted Druid.
really, because if you give him infinite mana next turn, is that even a problem?
Yes, because he Cocos into another Duskwatch and then finds Walking Ballista.
Sure. The thing is, I wonder if do we know he has Walking Ballista?
Yeah, they have to have more. I mean, I guess they doesn't have to, but I would assume he has more than one win condition.
Yeah, well, let's see what he chooses here. I'm interested to see what he chooses. Oh, so I think we did see Walking Ballista when Mark was shuffling or fetching earlier. So maybe there is a Ballista.
All right, well.
So yeah, I guess
He exiled the Vizier. I don't think there's any Viziers left, and I think there's 2 in the graveyard. And actually, Mark might have one in hand. I don't know if he's ever played it. No, okay, it doesn't look like he has one in hand. Found another Devoted Druid.
okay. Well, good thing we didn't choose the Druid.
Yeah, I think all the Viziers are. Well, it doesn't matter if you chose the Druid. I think
Right,
all the
'cause
Viziers
yeah,
are gone now. Jeez, squeaked out by the top deck.
Jeez, yeah, not even it was the top. It was the star into top deck.
Yeah,
That's,
right.
Brutal, absolutely brutal. Especially after this this relic not being played at all.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, sometimes Tron is just really oppressive.
I think this is why people really hate Tron.
Yeah, this is one of the reasons.
So we are. Oh, he got.
Oh, Eternal Witness into Vizier.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's got a lot of mana.
Or can he use this one? Yeah.
Yeah, he can just swing.
So he has he has Cord, so you can just go find Duskwatch and then. Wow.
Well, he can just. Mark Parker can just.
Oh, he may have lost the Walking Ballista in the exile pile.
Well, yeah, sure, but.
Oh, but he still has Ronas in play. Yeah.
Yeah, he can just Ronas. He can Ronas. His own Ronas. Does Ronas target itself?
No.
Well, why is Devoted Druid tapped? Can't he make Devoted Druid untapped?
Yeah.
I mean, he could just untap Devoted Druid and
Pump it
pump Devoted Druid and kill him.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, okay. No, he's going with this line instead. This actually gives Evan more information about your deck theoretically. It did seem like Evan is not entirely familiar with what's going on, as I have to assume exiling Ronas.
Yeah,
was
exiling
correct.
Ronas is what you want to do there.
So you're not. I mean, I guess you can just never. There's no point there in not taking things from the original Duskwatch Recruiters, but he did find his Walking Ballista. So, wow, that was a wild game one.
Yeah. That was very.
That was a back and forth seeming misplay from Evan there, not taking out the Ronas. I mean, it didn't end up mattering since, for whatever reason, Mark didn't use the Ronas. Found a way to win there with Walking Ballista through the Duskwatch Recruiter, though.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Frankly, it seems like would it even matter if Evan played correctly the whole time?
Yeah.
I guess the Vizier that he got back from Eternal Witness was the very first Vizier that he didn't relic, right? On turn 1 that he pushed. So the exile trick on Ulamog didn't even matter. Remember on turn 1 or turn 2 when
when he didn't exile the Vizier with the relic.
When he fatal pushed the Vizier and he had a relic and opted not to do it, that was the one, and that was Mark Parker's only choice.
Right, because the rest of them all got exiled. Because one got exiled by Ulamog, another one got exiled by Karn, and then another one got exiled in the trigger from Ulamog's attack.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, geez, folks, full circle ending here.
Yeah. Holy
let's
cow.
see how game 2 goes. So green black Tron, what do you want here? I think you want probably
more removal, I guess.
Yeah, well, you might have like the 4th and final O stone in the sideboard.
Sure.
I think surgical extraction or extirpate if you have it. Anything to take combo pieces out and interact with the graveyard.
Yeah, if Evan has ballistas of his own, those could be good.
Yeah, those could be good.
Gun down everything once he gets Tron online. That match was crazy.
Yeah. So what do you think? What do you think Mark Parker does? Do you think he has?
I mean, can your deck get any better when you win through double Karn, Ulamog, O-Stone?
Yeah, seriously.
I think it's already good enough.
I wonder if do we think that Mark Parker has like a Fulminator Mage or something?
He could. could. He's not playing. Well, he did have some black mana, so it's possible. Of course, you can always chord forward or hit it off Collect a Company. What else? He doesn't have any. He could have like a Stony Silence. Yeah, he probably has those, right? Although
yeah, probably
that turns off his Ballistic Kill, so maybe it's not great.
Yeah, I guess that makes it tough. You might have some like hand. Like I wonder how good like a Tide Hollow Scholar is here.
Yeah,
so like take the one card out of their hand,
right.
Make them draw another threat. So that could be good. Some cards like Aven Mind Sense are also good. Keep your opponent from searching with Expedition Map and with Sylvan Scrying. If Mark has access to it, Abrupt Decay does kill Oblivion Stone, which is terrible, I guess.
I wonder if Mark. I mean, wait. Never mind. I was gonna say I wonder if he leaves in his path. I think you really should leave in path.
Yeah,
in this, right?
Well, you sort of gotta be able to win the mid range grind against Wormcoil.
It also kills Ulamog.
It kills Ulamog. I think Mark is probably more interested in having cards like Rexage. Rexage might even be better than Path against. It's more versatile than Path here.
Yeah, but it doesn't kill. It doesn't
Ulamog. Sure, it doesn't kill Ulamog.
And it doesn't cleanly kill the.
It doesn't cleanly kill Wormcoil, but it's a pretty nice answer to it. Yeah, Rexage obviously does a number of things for you here. It takes out O-Stone, kills a Wormcoil, can kill an Expedition Map.
Yeah,
which is nice.
You get it out early. So Evan will be on the play this game. Let's see. His hand looks alright. Looks like Mark's taking a mulligan to 6.
I think this company deck mulligan's fine. All you really need is birds, land, company.
Yeah, sure.
I wonder if Mark Parker's got Selfless Spirit.
Yeah, that could be a good way to stop Oblivion Stones.
So Selfless Spirit is actually pretty nice because stops the O-Stone. It doesn't unfortunately stop Ugin.
No, it does not.
But
not many things stop Ugin. See if he likes a 6. He's thinking about it. Looks like he's got a Rising Canopy that might be his only land. Now this is one of those times where you've won game 1, and so you think to yourself, this isn't correct, but you think to yourself, my hand isn't great. It's okay if I if I don't draw out of this, we still have the third game to go, because it looks like his hand's actually fine though. But sometimes people get lost in that thing. Oh, yeah, I think he actually might have too many lands. He did draw a Maelstrom Pulse, I saw. Does Evan have the Fatal Push? No, he does not. He's going to Sylvan Scry instead. Find his third Tron piece. So the fun begins right here on turn 3. Once the turn passes back to Evan, he'll be able to deploy whatever he wants.
Yep.
We'll
Sylvan Scrying, pretty good card. This is why it would have been nice for Mark Parker to be able to have something like a turn 2 Aven Mind Sensor flashed in.
Sure. Although it's not as good on the draw.
Sure.
I don't think Mark has any sort of hand disruption.
Yeah, like something like I think we talked about Tide Hollow Scholar or Brain Maggot, those kinds of cards.
Yeah.
But I don't think he probably doesn't have those.
He does have Selfless Spirit. I see one in his hand here, so he could deploy that if he wants. Otherwise, he's got Vizier. It looks like he has a Maelstrom Pulse, but obviously there's no target for Maelstrom Pulse just yet. Okay, he has a Gavany Township.
Yeah, Gavany Township might be a little bit too slow here to be effectual, but...
Huh. Not entirely sure why he just passed the turn. He could have played Selfless Spirit. I guess he doesn't care about Oblivion Stone. Because Evan does have Oblivion Stone in hand.
So, do we see the Wormcoil come down here? He's got a Wormcoil, right?
He has an Oblivion Stone at least. I might have a Wormcoil. He's gonna find something good here off this of this Ancient Stone.
Or not.
He did include a Surgical, but instead he's just gonna take another tower. So next turn he'll be up very high in mana.
Yeah, one key thing about Ancient Stirrings and what makes it by far like the best cantrip in all of Modern is that you get to put all that stuff on the bottom. You don't even have to shuffle. You just have to get rid of it, and you don't want it. And if you didn't get the thing you wanted, it's probably coming up next.
Huh, well, there's your even Mind Sensor.
Okay, well we have the Mind Sensor.
So interestingly, Evan has Fatal Push and Warping Wail in hand, but he has not opted to kill this bird.
Yeah, I'm not sure how you could possibly justify not Warping Wail, Warping Wail on the bird. I guess it does kill Vizier of Remedies.
Sure.
But, I mean, you have turn 3 Tron in play.
I think we've seen a lot of players playing against this Counters company just get tunnel visioned into preventing the combo, and then like you can do all you want, but they have 4 of each copy of the combo and other ways to find it and stuff like.
Yeah, they got.
It's almost an inevitability. Yeah. Like you're gonna run out of removal spells before they run out of combo options. It's better to just disrupt them on the way there sometimes.
Yeah, I think Warping Wail. I 100% agree with you, Mario. Counter the Maelstrom Pulse. I don't know about that one. I mean, O-Stone's fine.
I guess.
But I mean, think if you just took that birds on turn 1 or your turn 2, I guess.
Wow. I mean, yeah, counter Maelstrom Pulse is fine, but like, he wouldn't even be able to cast Maelstrom Pulse if he killed the bird on turn 2.
Yeah.
Well, I guess he could have able to tap out, but.
So is Evan's hand pretty much dead here? He's got land, Fatal Push or something?
Yeah, I think so at this point. He found a Sanctum of Ugin.
Yeah, Sanctum of Ugin doesn't do you anything until you already have a threat, right?
Right.
So yeah, I mean, if we just play the waiting game here, Mark Carper might run away with this one.
Well, I mean, we do, of course, still have the Oblivion Stone in play, so Mark has to be careful with how he continues to develop his board.
Sure.
He does have the Selfless Spirit, though, and that should force Evan to detonate the O-Stone in response.
Of course, he can just push the... Well, so he needs to actually trigger Revolt, which is not all that easy with his hand right now, to kill...
Mind Sensor, right?
Oh, I'm sorry, no, yeah, Selfless Spirit's a 2-drop.
Selfless Spirit is a 2-drop, yeah.
So yeah, he can Fatal Push the Selfless Spirit, and then, force Mark Carper's hand.
But he doesn't have any black mana.
Yeah,
so here's Selfless Spirit.
Yeah, awkward hand from Evan here.
Yeah, he's just 2 more Tron pieces, so if he ever finds something, it's going to be a big one. He's going to... Okay, so in response, I think he's going to...
Crack it now in response to the... Yeah, that seems fine.
And he floated a mana. I think Mark now can... Yeah, he's going to play a Noble Hierarch.
Horizon Canopy is pretty good. Mark probably just wants to draw a card as Evan's end step.
Yeah, that's right. Evan took a hit from Aven Mind Sensor, so he should be at...
Well, Thoughtseize would be good here if you had black mana.
Sure.
Tron. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 mana here. Nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
11 mana, 4 cards in hand. Nothing to do. Nothing to do. Tron.
So Mark has drawn a Kitchen Finks here. That is another combo he potentially can have, is the infinite life gain combo off of Kitchen Sphinx and Kitchen Finks, Viscera Seer, and a Vizier.
So I heard actually that so Evan's actually first seed in all of top 8 right now. I think that means he probably took four wins, rounds 1 through 4, and then double drew in. I'm not certain about that. But
it could be 5 in 1 draw. Who knows?
Right. But that means, I mean, I assume Evan hasn't lost a match today.
No, that seems unlikely.
Which seems weird to me, because, like, Black-Green Tron loses a lot. You got a lot of terrible matchups, really polarized matchups. So I wonder if he just sort of metagamed, he knew coming to GameSwap here he'd play against a bunch of mid-range grindy crap.
Sure.
Maybe avoided burn and all that.
Here's Phyrexian Revoker. What do you name with this?
Yeah, so you can't...
You could name...
You
probably name Ugin?
Yeah, I think you either name Ugin because that's what you lose to. Naming O-Stone's not terrible, but you already seen one.
Well, I sure hope he named Ugin. And that was an Ugin off the top there for Evan.
Sorry, did we hear that he named Karn?
Yeah, he named Karn. Oh,
feels bad. Feels
well,
bad.
The one solace in this is that the Revoker does actually survive the Ugin, as it is colorless.
It does. This is true. All right, not bad. And he is going to have to do -3 and so he
take care of kitchen things.
Yeah,
right.
so -3. So that's going to put the Ugin at what, 4 loyalty?
Yeah.
Of course, now it has a +3 ability to like.
Yeah, and Mark is also out of cards.
Oh
so
man,
I'm not sure. I
this
guess no.
is tough.
Yeah.
Yep, should have named Ugin.
Classic Tron though.
Yeah, classic Tron. I think it's right to name Karn just because he has 4 Karns and probably only 2 or 3 Ugins.
Sure.
But honestly, Ugin's the one that you lose badly to there.
Yeah.
Right? Because if he puts out a Karn...
If I was in that position, I would have named Ugin just blindly.
Because if he names Karn, he can only kill 1 creature, and that'll put him to 3 loyalty, and then you just kill it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, probably a misplay on Mark's part to not name Ugin.
So we are going to attack Ugin. All right, we're doing the best we can, but Evan did also find an Ulamog off of the Sanctum there, so this is gonna spell the end pretty soon here. We're gonna waste our. I'm sorry, not waste our.
Tron.
Yeah, that's gonna be game 2 there.
11 mana, nothing to do with it, wins the game.
Oh, that actually showed the power of Sanctum Ugin there.
Yeah, sure.
Getting the second threat really locked the game away. I mean, it's possible Mark could have beaten Ugin somehow. Just by attacking it a few times, finding a Coco, he gets 2 threats at the end, Sep's able to attack it down.
Sure, but I do think we can agree. Game 1, misplay from Evan not relicking the Vizier, and that's a clear misplay that directly lost him the game. For Mark here, it's I suppose it's arguable about Karn or Ugin, but it's really not because Karn does not win the game there for Evan.
Yeah,
I think it's just a straight misplay not to name Ugin.
Well, I don't know. Granted, Mark's board wasn't too threatening. It was birds, hierarch, and 2/2 power creatures.
Yeah, but so if he plays a Karn is automatically dead the next turn anyway.
No, he only had 4 power in play.
With a hierarch.
Yeah, but Karn goes up to 10.
So Karn could plus up, but remember that Karn plussing up doesn't win him the game because he had no hand. So I'm assuming. Now I'm not sure if he would do this necessarily, but my guess is that Evan has to sort of put Karn in and then exile one of the creatures, and then it automatically dies. If he pluses up and does nothing by affecting Mark's empty hand, yeah, that's fine. But then he doesn't get anything until he restarts the game with Karn.
Sure.
And that seems maybe suboptimal.
Yeah. So it looks like Evan's taking a mulligan to 6 here in game 3. Mark likes his hand. It looks like he has another Maelstrom Pulse and a Vizier, and I think he might just have the Devoted Druid as well. So I have not seen much classic Tron being played a lot. I've seen more Eldrazi Tron recently. I'm not. Does this deck mulligan well? I mean, I guess you only need Tron in 1 threat.
So it's there's an argument both ways. If you have 3 lands in Karn, that's fine.
Yeah.
The 3 right lands. But sometimes the deck has a problem with threat density. What's better though about this deck than like Eldrazi Tron is you have Ancient Stirrings, and any number of Ancient Stirrings can really draw you out of a rut. Like if you need a threat, you can almost certainly hit one, and if you need a certain Tron land or a Sylvan Scrying or something, you can almost certainly hit one. So these decks mulligan fine.
So Evan leading with the Ancient Stirrings here. He's going to take he's thinking about taking the power plant. He has a Tower in hand.
Yeah, so turn 1 Blooming Marsh is definitionally slow here.
Well, sure. It's not Tron.
But you do get to cast a turn 1 Ancient Stirrings, so that's fine.
So Evan had some interesting options. I think he had double Warping Whale, Ugin, and this power plant. He opted to take the power plant. Since he has the tower in hand, he only needs 1 more tutor to find the third Tron piece there.
So my opinion on the 3 mono green, the 3 green Tron variants right now, is that black green is the worst one currently in this meta, and that's because red and white do a much better job against Affinity. White gets Stony Silence and Path, and then red gets Pyroclasm and Kozilek's Return.
Right.
Black has the toughest time against Affinity. You do get Collective Brutality and Fatal Push, and it's arguable that this one has one of the better burn matchups, certainly better than the red for the burn matchup. But even Fatal Push is not good against decks like Counters Company. You'd much rather have a Path.
I don't really think you run Stony Silence and Tron, right? Kind of just make yourself lose.
In green white Tron, I think you can, and I think people do. I think you do it because unless you want to concede the Affinity matchup, but I think that's one of the draws to the deck. Obviously, you get Rest in Peace, which is nice for matchups like this. But pretty sure people play the Stony Silence, because if you go like turn 1, play the map, turn 2, activate your map.
Someone in the chat seems to think you're incorrect.
Am I correct?
All right. Well, Evan drew the 3rd Tron piece off the top there, so that was nice for him. Did not have another play on turn 2, but. Mark had the Vizier on turn 2. Evan could have a Fatal Push to deal with it at some point, but we'll see.
Oh, so I'm doing some quick scanning on the looks like green-white Tron plays a lot of Kataki.
Yeah, that seems better than Sony.
Yeah, because your
things you can sack.
It's still a symmetric effect, and you can end up having to pay mana to not sack some of your own things. But yeah, it seems better.
All right, Mark is going to play a Eternal Witness, get back a land here.
But so I guess explain to me what's the draw of black green Tron in this meta? Is it just the Fatal Push for?
You could Hand Disruption as well, I guess.
The Thoughtseize is fine, I guess. So Collector Brutality is great here because these decks have a lot of shitty cards they don't mind discarding. So I think this one does have the best burn matchup. Of course, the white gets Timely Reinforcements. Evan
correct his star there to draw a card and instantly drew another star off the top of it, so use the mana to.
He's got all the Fault in Our Stars.
Sure.
That's a book by a bad author, for those of you wondering.
Mark getting in for 4. Evan goes down to 14. I wonder if Mark has a lot of cards in hand. I think he has a Voter Jude. I think he has Collected Company. And he's just going to pass the turn. So I think he's leaving up a Collected Company here. Evan does have Tron, however, so we'll see if he has any big hitters. I think he's lead with Oblivion Stone, maybe. Yeah.
Oblivion Stone seems good.
I think you Coco in response? Well, maybe not.
Well, the thing is,
because if you find Selfless Spirit, that's great.
If not, that's
it's
really bad because
yeah.
you've thrown away your company.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. No, he could find a Dauntless Escort. Maybe he has Selfless Spirit and Dauntless Escort. I would love to see Evan play a Pithing Needle, naming Selfless Spirit.
And then we just see Mark.
Then we see Mark. Yeah, he companies into the Dauntless Escort. Wrecked.
Okay, instead he's just going to Abrupt Decay the Oblivion Stone. And Evan's going to sack it in response. Oh, okay. So this looks pretty good here. We're going to Surgical the Vizier. So that will that'll eliminate the infinite mana combo.
But don't we know? So we know Mark has Kitchen Finks and Viscera, don't we?
Yeah, but he just lost his -1/-1 counter preventer.
Right, but do we think that he doesn't play
Malira?
like an Anafenza or Malira?
I don't know. I think I maybe saw a Kintree Spirit game 1. Maybe a one of. I'm not sure.
I thought I did. Now that you mention, I think I did too. I think you sort of have to when you know that your opponents are bringing in Surgical and Extirpate.
Yeah.
So I think you might have a one of Anafenza.
But that does.
But all that does is get him infinite life.
Yeah, that doesn't prevent the infinite. Or he still is down the infinite mana combo.
Yeah, and as we know, this deck can very easily win through infinite life. This Tron deck, both with an Ulamog exile trigger on the library milling, or a Karn
restarting the game.
Karn restarting the game.
That would be something.
Oh baby.
So it looks like Mark do a Duskwatch, and we might see the side of Mark's deck that looks really bad. You just play a bunch of terrible dorks that don't do anything.
Yep.
And hope to be down with them.
So is Mark not playing Court of Calling?
No, he definitely is. He had one game 1.
Oh, did he? Okay. Yeah, we haven't seen another one.
No, we have not. Here is Brutality.
I guess you company in response, right?
Sure.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, there you go. He's gonna have to pay a life to do it. See
what he finds. found land, 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 Abrupt Decay, Eternal Witness, land, land. Ooh, that is not what you want from your collecting companies. Only Eternal Witness.
Yeah, I mean, you get back the company, whatever.
And then it gets taken by Brutality.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
not.
Brutality. Right, Brutality's all in the stack. Yeah, just get back anything but.
Well, he may have another collected company in hand, actually. Yeah, it looks like
he's got two. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's fine. That's pretty funny, though.
Evan's going to take the Maelstrom Pulse instead. Okay. Okay, I guess that's why. Here's Worm Coil.
So, do we think Mark has Path?
I don't know. I've not seen one. I didn't even see one game 1. So he may just not have them in his... I mean, you got to have them in your deck, right?
You probably have at least one, probably two in the sideboard. The thing is, I would have guessed that Mark would have Abrupt Decay, but not Maelstrom Pulse. The fact that he has both. We've seen both.
Abrupt Decay's in his graveyard.
If you have Abrupt Decay and Maelstrom Pulse and Path, you're basically playing Abzan. Where are the Goyfs?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe he's... I don't know. It's tough to say.
So here's Worm Coil.
I would hope he has Path.
Mark's just going to take the 6. Evan's going to gain 6. Makes it 8 to 18. Ooh, here's a Sanctum, but no threat from Evan. Coco on end step. So interestingly, if Mark ever finds a Selfless Spirit, he can actually use that to blank a life gain.
Devoted Druid Eternal Witness is good here, because then you can...
Yeah, that's fine.
Because Devoted Druid, you can obviously having Druid is good, and then you can get back a company. I don't think you get the Finks.
Well, if he does still have the...
I don't think you...
The Infinite Life combo in his deck, you might want that.
Yeah. Oh, all right. I guess we don't... So we don't care at all about Devoted Druid anymore.
No, it does almost nothing. It gives us 2 mana.
Is there not a single other application of it without Vizier?
I mean, just then giving you mana, no. So we have 2, 4, 7 power in play. Anyway, what I was going to say before you interrupted me about the collected company was that if he ever finds a Selfless Spirit, he can use that to blank a life gain off the Worm Coil by sacking it before damage goes through. And if Evan isn't expecting that, they could actually swing an attack in his favor. Of course, Mark's board state has to be good enough that he's able to win on the crackback from that, but it is something that he can possibly do. And there's a Chord.
There's Chord.
I wonder if he does have the sort of Banish or Priest effect as well, because that could take care of Worm Coil.
Yeah, and he's got enough mana to do so with these 3 creatures.
All right, we're gonna attack for 4. And also, what I said about the Selfless Spirit holds true even if he finds a Viscera Seer, because then he can just sack whatever creature he puts in front of Worm Coil and prevent any life from being gained. In which case, Evan should leave back the Worm Coil to block, but. So here's Worm Coil. I guess Mark can Chord for a Viscera Seer in response. No, looks like he's just going to let Kitchen Finks die. Alright.
I think he missed life on his own Canopy.
So it's 11 to 20.
Ooh, Ghost Quarter.
But Evan has just drawn land, so Mark has been given a few turns here to try to get back in the game. I think he has, since he found this Eternal Witness, he's going to be able to collect a company again. And his board just keeps growing. If Evan blanks like 1 or 2 more draws, Mark might be able to get through this, although obviously Worm Coil gaining 6 life every turn is a huge issue.
Yeah, I'm not sure he can win the mid-range game here against Worm Coil without a Path.
Sure.
Or like you said, the Banisher Priest would be fine.
So he found Quasali Pride Mage here.
That's not great. It's okay. Reclamation Sage would be a lot better than Pride Mage here because you would get a body out of it.
Right. And he also found Viscera Seer in this this pile of collected company. So he needs... We still don't know if he has the Sandafens in his deck or another way to gain infinite life. If not, Viscera Seer is not great, but as I said, it does theoretically prevent life gain for a few turns.
Yeah, because you can chump block and sack. That's nice.
Instead, he's going to opt for Pride Mage Finks. And at this point, if I'm Mark, I think I just assume my opponent's on blanks, on lands, basically, because we've seen Evan would have basically played anything else. I think he has colored mana. He has infinite. He has plenty of colorless mana. If he had anything of that regard, he probably would have misplayed it by this point.
So one way that Mark can break this mid-range mirror here, if Evan doesn't find any new threats, Gavany Township plus Viserys here allows you to continually block and allow Evan not to gain life, and then you can keep refilling your Kitchen Finks with Gavany counters.
Oh, sure.
We saw a Gavany earlier, right?
Yeah, he definitely has one.
Yeah, Gavany plus Viserys here plus Kitchen Finks is very good here. Of course, any Ugin that we find from Evan here is just
that'll put the
over.
game away as it did last time. And Mark has not. Actually, this is pretty sneaky, right? Mark can chord for Revoker in response to Ugin or whatever Planeswalker Evan deploys.
Sure.
And name the
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
He has, of course, leave up enough mana to be able to do that. So here is a birds. Okay. Might as well.
He needs that Gavany Township.
Yeah. Alright. Not sure why we wouldn't attack with the Pride Mage there.
I think he wants to leave the Pride Mage to block and then when he blocks, and then he'll sack it, yeah.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, makes sense. Although, I mean, if you're sacking it anyway, it doesn't matter if you block, but...
Sure, yeah.
Well, Evan drew an expedition map, and I don't think the big green-black variants play Seagate Wreckage, do they?
No, not usually.
So that's another blank, jeez. Mark might be able to sneak his way back in this game. He can kill one.
Evan's at 11, and Evan can't gain life this turn as long as Mark plays it correctly. But you are right, Mario. Just swung with Pride Mage.
I mean, unless he's planning to chord for 3 for something, but I don't know what that gets him.
I do think that Mark needs to crack this Horizon Canopy this turn.
Oh, sure. Yeah, you can draw an extra card that way, too. We'll see. I mean... There's no other... Yeah. The thing is, you don't really want... It actually would be better if he was be able to just prevent the life... If he chords for Viserys here, I think he wins the game. Yeah. Because he just blocks, sacks his guy, he doesn't gain any life, and then he attacks back for lethal.
Right, because if he does the plan that we were talking about earlier, that's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage.
Yeah. And he can't leave these tokens back to block because they I guess he can chord for another Pride Mage and kill the lifelink token, but not really sure about that one. He's gonna chump block with birds and just let it die.
That seems terrible.
Maybe he's just planning to win by brute force.
I don't think you can afford to let him gain 6 life, can you?
I'm not sure. So here's map, not doing anything. Let's see if Mark wants to chord here. If he, well, I guess if he chords for Ronas, I think he can win. Because that's a 5 power attacker, and it also pumps another creature.
Well, but he can only...
But now he can't chord... Well, yeah, he can't chord for... No, he can't chord for 3 because the birds died.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4... Yeah, well, not right now. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what he's thinking. Wait, but I'm sorry, Evan gained life from birds on Wormcoil, right?
Yeah.
So we need to update Evan's life total to 17?
Yeah. Okay, we're chording for 2? What? What are we getting?
I think...
It's whatever we're getting better be good.
Do you think he gets another Pride Mage, or he gets a Revoker and just tries to blind name Ugin?
I guess.
But
now we've wasted the chord for the potentiality to do so, like to prevent something. Man,
Jesus.
I'm fairly certain the few lines we said were valid routes to victory, right? Like, I don't know.
Like automatic victory, like almost unable to be played around by Evan.
Yeah.
Also, by the way, Evan needs to ghost quarter this Horizon Canopy right now.
Yeah, he might as well, yeah.
That'll be another big miss. I mean, not necessarily a big misplay, but by far the...
No reason not to.
Yeah, by far the best play here is to ghost quarter Horizon Canopy while he's tapped out. So, not the tightest play here from either of these players.
Yeah. What did we... So we corded for 2. What did we find? Selfless Spirit.
So that can get in over the top. And he can also block... He can block Worm
now
Coil.
he can do the block sack trick, I guess.
Yeah, for once, as opposed to just...
If he's even... he's probably not thinking that, though, because if he was thinking that, you would have got Viserys here. Or prevented it this turn.
Yeah, I'm a little bit confused. A little bit confused.
Might have to have a stern talking to with these players afterwards.
A stern talking to, that's right.
Okay, drew a land. That doesn't really do much. We didn't ghost quarter Horizon Canopy when it was tapped.
Yeah, you definitely got a ghost quarter there. Yeah,
well,
big
right.
misplay.
There we go. There's my free card. And he drew another land. Well, he hasn't drawn much, but no point in even letting him get that draw. Okay, here's Duskwatch. Sure. We still get wrecked by Ugin. I guess we don't get wrecked by O-Stone anymore. Now I wonder if he leaves the Selfless Spirit back to do this block and sack trick.
Well, so given that Evan blanks again, he still wins here. You swing out. Please swing with Pride Mage. Yes. Okay.
There we go.
So given Evan draws nothing again, and Mark plays the next step correctly, he'll do what we told him to do last turn.
Sure. So that's attacking for 13, brings Evan down to 4. So this comes down again to a top deck from Evan, but any number of top decks do it here, as he does have Sanctum and a boatload of mana. Although I guess it's got to be Ugin?
Yeah, it has to be Ugin or a star to draw into Ugin.
Right. Or Ancient Stirrings would probably be the best.
Sure. Well, he can't make... Can he make green mana right now?
I think he has.
Oh, wait, that's a booming marsh, right?
Yeah.
And he's got a ghost quarter. He can ghost quarter himself.
This is a little painful to watch. Oh, it's gonna be. I mean, if the players go back and rewatch this game, they'll probably improve their game quite a bit. I would say.
Hopefully. I think they're just I mean, they've been playing Magic all day, and I think they're kind of nervous. But
yeah,
this definitely doesn't seem like the most tight play that you'd expect out of the top
playing
8.
Devoted Drew there does not seem extremely relevant.
No, it does not.
Like, oh my goodness. Okay, so we got another tower. That doesn't... I mean, I guess if we draw Walking Ballista, we can kill the entire board now.
I don't even think Evan has Walking Ballista.
Probably not.
I think he needs an Ugin or a draw spell into Ugin.
Oh, that's a dicey cut there. What's the draw? It's a...
Okay,
oh,
well,
God,
Stirrings is pretty good.
Yeah.
That is a pretty good. Let's see if he can do it.
Karn,
not good enough. Oh my God.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God, he got the Ugin. Oh my God.
He's dropping his cards. He doesn't even care. Oh my goodness.
The silly thing is that Mark could have won this game a while ago.
Yeah, he had so many lines to victory there.
Jeez.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, remember when he blocked with his bird and just let that happen?
Yeah.
Like what? And he didn't even get it.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, where's the Phyrexian Revoker right now?
Yeah,
folks, this has been quite the day. So Ugin exiles. So
away goes everything.
Jeez. Oh boy.
And now
man.
Evan's back up to 10. Here's where Hidetsu goes second right. That's just right when you need it. Oh my God.
Wow. Okay. Well, folks.
That was an unfortunate game.
Aphasia. I'm experiencing aphasia. We will see you next round. We'll get another top 8 match.
Well, it'll be top 4 then.
Top 4. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned, guys. Whew.
Thanks for watching Top Deck Productions, your home for live weeknight Magic the Gathering. We'll be back with more live Magic shortly, so stay tuned. Don't forget to follow us here on Twitch to be notified of when we go live. If you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe as well. You can also check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/TopDeckProductions, on Twitter at twitter.com/TopDeckProds, and YouTube at youtube.com/TopDeckProductionsStream.